So I think we can all agree that men and women don't think alike. What? But wait, what is it that's so different about the way a man and a woman think anyway? Well, while that is a large scope, and I mean a large scope of topics, too large, in fact, for this particular one video, it basically comes down to the differences in energies and gender roles. Now, I know we live in a world today that frowns upon the term gender roles. So understand, I am not using this term to express man's work versus a woman's work or something ridiculous like that. I am specifically talking about the natural mindset each possesses. Both men and women possess a mindset that they were naturally born with. For men, they were born with natural tendencies to act, well, like men. And women were born with natural tendencies to, you guessed it, act like women. As a general rule, men tend to think more like warriors. They tend to be more aggressive in their thinking. When men see a problem, they feel they are responsible for dealing with it and, in the end, defeating it. Women, on the other hand, not so much. So women tend to behave more like the caretakers. Women have a much more nurturing energy than men, and their approach to solving problems is more to look at it from multiple perspectives and then decide what to do, as opposed to, yeah, let's defeat it! Ah! I would like to make a point here. Both energies or roles are necessary to complete the unit we call a couple, or marriage, or partnership. Both men and women fill that role that the other cannot fill. Let me say that again. Both men and women fill the role that the other cannot fill. Now, don't get me wrong. Both men and women have emotional IQ, but it's different for each. So, for example, women's emotional IQ is better equipped for empathy, interpersonal relationships, and social responsibilities. Again, the caring one. Whereas with guys, it's more about being assertive, and they have a higher stress tolerance, and they tend to have more confidence. Again, the battle axe. This is how the species of the human race has survived for as long as it has. I go deeper on this in my courses, but essentially, at the dawn of man, these opposite emotional IQs guaranteed the bases were covered across the board. So, how do we as men use this to better understand her? Well, if you recognize that she comes from the caretaker standpoint of thinking, then you can see how easy it is for her to read between the lines. This is why you can't fake her out. I'm sorry. I know you think you might be able to. Ain't it gonna happen. So, understanding that you may want to choose your words carefully, realizing they may be met with that dreaded, so what are you really saying, from her. This is also why I tell guys I coach not to try and hide their feelings, because let's just call it what it is. She's gonna figure it out anyway. All right, she can read you like a book. I'm just saying. As for understanding how we as men are naturally geared, just recognize that your approach to things comes from a more assertive and problem-solving perspective. Now, this is great because this assertiveness in problem-solving has, well, yeah, solved a lot of problems that we've encountered as the human race. And there's been a fair share of them. But understand, it is not the only solution, and sometimes maybe that assertive approach may not be even the best solution. Each emotional IQ has its place, where it serves best. And that's not being biased in any way. That's just saying that each of us has something that we're better at than the other. In conclusion, the natural energies or roles that both men and women contribute to the unit or couple are complementary to each other. Each emotional IQ solves a different problem, and it looks at situations from a different approach. However, together, they solve problems much better than they ever could on their own. And that's my tip for this week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, share with your friends. And we are still working on getting our website up, but I just wanted to let everybody know that once we do get the website up, I am going to be putting our very first course up on how to text a girl. So very, very excited about that. I know a lot of you have been asking about that, so we finally are going to get that up and ready to go when we get the website ready to go. And as always, get out there and ace it.